I want to start with a shloka which our author Kshemaraja addresses to his guru, Abhinavagupta, and I address it to my guru, Swami Lakshmanju of Kashmir. His name is not there, but the meaning is the same. Abhinava bodhaditya dyuti vikasita hritsa rojan me rasayata sarasa parimalam asara samsara vasana shantyai. The lotus of my heart having bloomed due to the light of the sun of new insight or the wisdom of Abhinava, may the essence flow forth in order to pacify the impure worldly impressions devoid of essence. So it is the sun of the enlightenment of the Guru which makes the lotus of the heart of the disciple blossom. This is a very traditional image, but Kshemaraja offers this verse again and again in different works to his Guru, the great Abhinavagupta. Now, I welcome you to this retreat seminar, and in the spirit of Pratyabhijñā, or recognition, I welcome you home. Home here in three meanings. The first is what we have already been received. The first is that many of us feel already at home in this Deer Park Institute, which has such a wonderful spiritual atmosphere where we are really, we can also, our heart can unfold and can blossom in the spiritual atmosphere and with all the facilities offered to us. So this is also kind of homecoming. Even for those who have never been here, I am sure they will feel this atmosphere of friendliness and of spiritual practice, which is, and of so many great teachers who have been teaching here in this very hall, and I feel very privileged to be in this seat where these great Rinpoches have been teaching, giving the Buddhist teachings. Now, home, in a deeper sense, means we are coming here for a retreat. And retreat means coming home to ourselves. So this is a homecoming that we have to use this time for homecoming into our own self. Own self means to the core of our being, which is what we are going to practice in meditation. And in a third meaning, homecoming can also mean that you find a spiritual tradition where you suddenly feel that your search has been fulfilled. At least I have to say this for myself. When I came to Kashmir Shaivism, and I have been practicing or studying many Indian wisdom traditions, as we call them here, but when I came to Kashmir Shaivism, it was like a homecoming. So that what you have been searching, what been going either, and suddenly you feel everything falls into place. So that is when you go home after being outside for a long time, and then you feel this feeling of yes, what in Kashmir Shaivism is called Vishranti. You get a state of peace, and where the things are falling into place, and you are held by a spirituality and a tradition which fulfills your spiritual needs. But this homecoming to a tradition has nothing to do with fundamentalism or any kind of narrow exclusivism, like some traditions are in that seen in that negative light. It has nothing to do. It is from this homecoming that you can reach out to other spiritual traditions, to other religions or spiritual traditions, but you have a base where you can find your practice and a ground on which to stand, and the ground on which to stand from which you can reach out. And this was my very first experience in Deer Park, and that time I didn't know Deer Park. I was brought here by the Sharmaji with a beard, and there were 32 participants coming from 6 religions, but really religions. I mean, there were Jews from Israel. There was one Muslim from Kashmir. There was a Jesuit priest, and so really 6 religions. So in the beginning, I thought, my God, how am I going to manage this diversity? But what brought us? There was absolutely no conflict. What brought us together was practicing together and focusing on the spiritual experience. There was no question of defending any theology or any philosophy, but practicing a spiritual experience which is contained that time, and that text was Vijnana Bhairava. And in the end, we discovered that everybody has been enriched. There was no question of any conflict. But this text and this practice had brought us very close to each other. Now, the very theme of the philosophy and the spirituality that we are going to study and practice these days already tells you that it is not something alien or far-fetched, but it is the recognition of our own true nature, as the Kashmiri Shaivites always repeat. And that is the aim of this teaching of this text, Pratyabhijñā, recognition. But before giving you an introduction to the system, it is necessary first to know each other. Although in such a big group, I may not remember your names and so on, but at least we must have an idea with whom we are sitting, with whom we are practicing. And it gives me also a feeling for the group, and I think this is quite necessary. But and then we will move, today is just the introductory session. We will move from the periphery to the center. And that's also the movement which the text itself does, from the periphery to the center. So periphery means also all the practical things we have to discuss or to understand, the program and the discipline and so on. So this is just periphery, but it is necessary so that afterwards there's no disturbance, nothing distracts us from this retreat seminar.